Hello everybody, I am Mr. Big Dumb Doofy Doof, and welcome back to Doofiest Doofs of the Mr. Doof's Doofiest Doofs. Now why am I a Mr. Big Dumb Doofy Doof? Well, basically you guys remember how in map 16 I could not figure out for the life of me how to basically find the yellow key in order to basically continue the rest of the level? Well, as long and embarrassing as the trip all around looking for that stuff was, I found out that it wasn't the fact that the map was broken. It was because I am a big dumb doofy doof. You guys know how I like to play Doom. Every single time I play a level, I like to save big power-ups like the soul spheres to be collected last, so that I can collect them on my way to the next level, because it's too easy to lose health in a Doom game. You guys remember how I saved right at that point where instead of going to collect that soul sphere? Well, as it turns out, that soul sphere is actually the triggering mechanism that opens up a secret area where I can get the yellow key. And it took me a while to figure that out after I had to look it up, so anyways, I was just so friggin' embarrassed of the fact that I ended up doing what I did to get through the level, so now I basically have gone back to Chapter 16, the Blood Keep, in order to set things right. You know, it's ironic, for a place that's called the Blood Keep, this place actually doesn't have a lot of blood, except for the stuff that I leave behind, but anyways, the only problem is that the autosave feature had actually saved over the save file that had the Blood Keep on it, so I basically had to finagle with the whole level jump code and look up all the codes that people have written down for the Brutal Doom mod, because they're not the same as the command codes for the regular game. Trust me, I know. They're certainly not the command codes for, like, the Absolution or the EX versions either. Had to find the specific Brutal Doom 64 codes in order to get this far. So, here I am, back at the Blood Keep. I basically killed everything else in sight, and now I'm going to do what I should have done the first time. You see? Because now all these lost souls show up. Souls. I suppose that being undead, there's not much to life. A soul is needed for loving, feeling. How does the soul not make me? What's that word again? Heave! You've nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Your dimension will burn like the heart of the sun. With infinite glee, it's going to be me that slaughters your world. Okay, so now I have the flippity-gibbet yellow key, and your soul is mine. So, now that we have a key, there must be a keyhole. Yep, it's this way. Let's find out what the rest of the level is like, shall we? I smell revenants. You ruined my 200% health streak. I know that there's a revenant in here. There has to be. I really wonder if we'll get to a point in the Doom games where they introduce cyber imps. I don't think that the forces of hell would bother cybernetically augmenting something as low, as basically as grunt as an imp, but who knows? You never know what hell could do next. He's still alive. unless there were two. So, here's a funny story. Not only am I basically irritated about the fact that I basically seriously screwed up playing this level the first time, but also the fact that I could have easily basically got it, but more or less the fact that I'm actually not drunk right now, because I visited my sister on Monday, we basically talked and whatnot, and she actually offered me something that her brother-in-law gave to their family as a bit of a gift. He basically was like, he basically was getting into like the home brewing kind of thing and made a whole bunch of, I don't know, I think wines or beers and whatnot. Basically like homemade alcohol, basically, kind of, and homemade stuff that you don't have to basically sneak past FDA regulations. Basically, that can be some pretty strong stuff, except my sister's brother-in-law, he actually has a much sweeter palate than I do, and I actually have a very high tolerance for sweetness in my drinks, so basically I took a bottle of the stuff that they made, she offered, so she gave me a bottle of the stuff that they made. I have been chilling it for the past few days, letting it in my mini fridge, basically like getting it all nice and cool, with the intention that I drink it once I basically, the night before I get a day off from work, so that I could basically get all nice and buzzed the night before. Turns out, this stuff is actually pretty weak sauce. Like, it's not even mellow. It's like mellow base, like it would have to be a step up to be mellow. Like, this stuff is just... I don't know how to basically put it in words. Like, if basically the experience of watching a mind-numbingly simple Nick Jr. cartoon could adequately describe the experience of drinking this stuff, it would. Like, this is basically the Dora the Explorer of alcohol. So... it's too sweet, and it tastes like honey. I don't mind the taste, but it's a bit too sweet. The problem is, it's not strong at all. I'm not getting buzzed from this stuff at all. I feel like I could down this entire bottle in one go and not feel a thing. And it's like... it honestly kind of reminds me of that scene from Seed of Chucky, where Chucky, Tiffany, and their kid, well, let's call him Glenn, they basically sneak into the back of Jennifer Tilly's limousine, and they end up stealing her bottle of champagne, and Chucky just ends up drinking it straight from the bottle. That's literally what it kind of reminds me of as I'm drinking this stuff, because I don't have any glasses. I don't keep glasses in the house. Well, I did, but I packed them all up and sent them on over to my next place that I wanted to move into, but unfortunately, I can't 100% move out of the place that I'm trying to get out of. Seriously, what kind of an apartment locks you into your lease? And worst of all, what kind of an... basically, you should always have the option to break your lease, but you shouldn't be responsible for finding another tenant. That should literally be the landowner's job. Like, they're all only concerned about making money. All you need to do is basically, like, go out and find somebody that could basically take over the lease, or move someone in early, or just accept the fact that you're going to not be making as much money as you usually do for the next 5 months. All you need is basically just 4 friggin' months, and then I move... and that's when my contract is up, and you can move the next schmo in. But it's like, no. The worst part about it is that since they're basically demanding that I basically find somebody to take over my lease, I don't even think that I should be paying the breaking of the lease breaking fee at all. So basically it's like, it should be either or. It's like, either I pay this fine in order to get out of my contract, or I find somebody to take over my lease. You guys don't get both because you guys don't deserve both. Oh. I'm so glad that Sergeant Mark hasn't implemented all of the brutal Doom experience into this game, because He basically is keeping, like, all the cool stuff, but not throwing in the significant drawbacks that come with the mod. Like, for example, if this were any other game, I would not be able to have my back against that wall as I use the rocket launcher, because basically the exhaust from the rocket launcher would burn me. So... Library. Hell's got the cutest little library. They've got the dictionary on CD. And a whole bunch of other things that you could use to torture people with. Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. You guys remember when we were all kids, and basically, like, libraries were pretty much those places that you go to when you need when you basically need to do, like, a school assignment and whatnot? And you remember all those little cartoons that we used to watch trying to convince us that libraries were somehow this cool thing that basically is a great resource that you could basically use for pretty much anything. And now they're virtually extinct. Literally speaking, the only people who use libraries nowadays are the drug dealers that basically, like, peddle their wares out behind them. Pinky. Pinky gone. Pinky go down the hole. Talk to the quest giant, jump through the hole, and give me a buff so I can toil like a lone man. I don't need it, but I want it. Ah. Charge up your stamina. Huh. Maybe I have to touch it. Gotcha! You're mine now, bitch. And I'm pretty sure that that switch up there opens up the last area. Yep. Blah, blah. Just wonder why the final door is a yellow one. There. I have redeemed myself, and now I am ready to move forward with a Spectre. Buddy, there's a stampede in your tent! Where's the other one? Don't tell me that I just wasn't seeing two. Oh, damn, I can already tell this is a bad place to be. Hey, how about that whole, yay, though I walk through the valley stuff right about now, huh? Don't worry. You walk through that valley and I'll go with you. I will be with you. You get that? And nah, you will fear this evil, because if you're not fearing the evil, then you're not alive. You can stand up to the evil, you can conquer it, but if you're not afraid of it, then you don't respect it. Okay. I gotta find that artifact. Huh, I temporarily got disoriented. I was wondering why my health was so low. I like this fog effect. Like, this is genuinely unsettling, because this looks like a very different part of hell. Like, who knows if this is even in hell? Maybe this is limbo, like the highest circle. Or maybe this is actually above. Maybe this is the demons' first outpost in their attempts to take over the Holy Land. They want Earth, maybe because they know that Earth carries some significance to the cause, and that basically they might find their way here if they basically conquer there. That's the real prize. Of course, I don't know how I feel about heaven being added into the Doom mythos. On some point, I thought I accepted that it was inevitable. In fact, back before Doom 2016 started, back when I was literally like when I started my first semester of college, during my first attempt to go to college back in 2013, that didn't exactly work out the way I'd liked. I actually was so bored and like so alone, felt so detached from my friends and family, that I basically wanted to come up with an idea for a Doom comic. Like, for those of you who follow me on Steam and basically have read my tips for Outlast, yeah, basically the icon that I use for that tips and tricks guide is literally the title card of what I was going to call the Doom comic, Linkzilla's Tomb. It would basically be a story of which Linkzilla has gone missing, and his best friends have all received packages from him in the mail containing strange demonic artifacts that lead them to a location which is only marked as Linkzilla's family crypt, where he is supposedly buried. As it turns out, the tomb is actually a portal to hell, where they now must venture into the bowels of the Inferno to rescue their friend Linkzilla from eternal damnation. Yep, unfortunately I never got around to it, because if you guys couldn't tell, editing Doom quality sprites is a bit above my pay grade. It's basically beyond my area of expertise. I could manip them just as good, but like actually customizing them, not exactly there yet. Ooh, that's clever. You know, why do I have the feeling that the lighting wasn't actually like this in the vanilla game? That this is basically what the modder decided to add? Because, well, I think I remember seeing this scene before, walking across a bridge like this and seeing, like, he can't open that door. And seeing the pain elemental flying around there. I love it when they get hit with splash damage. You know, why do I have a feeling that I'm not actually going to get the keys in this level? There's another Baron all the way over there. Or maybe it's a knight, I don't know. Because Barons and Knights actually didn't become distinct from each other until Doom 3. That looks kind of like a mouth. Those were the eyes up there, but now there's friggin' 4 eyes. I have never seen a demon portal like that. I thought that that was a door. I genuinely thought that that was like some kind of weird-ass design on a door, but no. That's a friggin' perspective. Found the red key. Just mere moments after I said I didn't believe I was actually going to find anything. You know, I'm not usually one to question video game logic. Well, sometimes, but I can't help but wonder why there seems to be a surplus of basically human-based military equipment and medical equipment in hell. Like, are the demons grabbing this stuff and collecting it themselves? I don't know why. Anyway, I finally get to do that joke that I want to do with the dog. Nice puppy. How's about a bone? No dice? How about a nice holiday ham? He ain't buying it. Roll over, Beethoven. I ought to watch that movie. It'll probably give me some much-needed laughs. Now all we need to do is make our way across this footbridge. See? I'm walking across the footbridge. I'm not looking down. You know, it's weird. I have expected something to be attacking me as I did this. Ugh. Whoa, where did that one come from? Well, I saw a fireball flying there, so something was definitely attacking me. Something definitely discovered me. I have been discovered! There's definitely something moving over there. One of them's an imp, but another one looks like it might be a Baron. Or it just might be one Baron. Peeves. Looks like I have to come back here when I have the blue key. This entire level is meant to be one gigantic puzzle because this is in the void. Well, I guess this is why the modder decided to do it, because I'm pretty sure all this is actually supposed to be dark and black so that you wouldn't see stuff like that, but this I actually feel is creepier because of how different it is. Like, if all this was just basically black, that'd be typical Doom stuff that we've seen 100 times, but this is unique. My compass is unique. Unique here having the meaning of broken. True enough, my compass does not point north. What does it point to? It points to the thing you want most in the world. Jack, are you telling the truth? Every word, love. And what you want most of all is to find the chest of Davy Jones. To save Will by finding the chest of Davy Jones. Well, at least they gave me a wider corridor here. Ugh. Blue key. And I have a feeling that that blue switch actually opens up this. And I think I have eyes on the artifact. Wish I had a zoom in function to guarantee, but I'll take it. So, remember to come back here. Where'd you come from, little guy? Oh, don't worry, I'll send you back to where you came. I'll send you back to wherever that is.
He's going for the final artifact. He must not find it, or the weapon will be unstoppable. Worse, my entire plan will be foiled if he discovers the hidden purpose of the artifacts. You must stop him.
I'm pretty sure that I'll also need the yellow key, and the blue key could possibly lead me to the yellow key, so let's suit up and head out. Wait. I have the blue key, but I think these must be the special kind of bars that require a switch. So, let's go find that switch, and the only place that I know that I can go to, because this has no ways that I can climb up, is back that way. About 5 minutes in the show, I happened to look down, right where you're sitting, dude. There was a guy sitting where you were, but he was facing that way. This is supposed to be disorienting. We're certainly earning our money now, aren't we? Yep. So I have a feeling that whatever this is, it lowers the bars in front of the pathway to where I think the demon key is. So, I'm gonna have to find a way to lower them in order to get the key. And this should have opened. Yep. I doubt even these elvish cloaks will hide us in there. Huh. The yellow key virtually unopposed. Alright. No one? Nothing? Is that the best you can do? Sit, Cujo. Ow! Bad dog. Stupid mutt. If it has two heads, I wonder if I can both spay and neuter it. Still only 30 shots. What powers this thing? I really hope that's not the exit. Yep, it is. Well, so I have to figure out the rest of the puzzles. Do you guys see it? Oh, I saw it that time. Something definitely opened up. I just hope that I hit it. I didn't hit it. Yes! That was clever, Mark. That was so friggin' subtle. I could barely see it. For those of you who are wondering, when I came around the corner, a tiny little window dropped between those two pillars, which revealed that switch. So now, I'm going to go claim my prize. Build up your stamina. It's open. And now... charge! Yes. Mine. It must do something. You see? Oh, earthquake. Uh-oh. Company.
You fools! You let him get the artifact! Kill him! Kill him now!
Oh, great. It's bad enough that they want to kill me, but they have to do it in the most obnoxious way possible? Hey guys, over here! Am I even reaching them over there? They can certainly reach me. Well, I think they're far enough away to where I can safely go back. That's why pain elementals can be a major pain in the ass, because even when you kill them, you still have a fucking epidemic of lost souls on your hands. Well, isn't that the little engine that could? It's funny how when it looks like when you shoot them in this game, it looks like they turn around. Here's a thought that I had earlier, just kind of like a random thing. Do you guys think that, like, a lost soul going to... sitting in a fire is basically kind of like the equivalent of, like, trying to get its hair done? Or hairstyled? Yeah? Can't believe that there was one left. Any others? Any other takers? Nope. Good, I'm leaving. I can't wait to test out what this shit can really do. Oh my god, I didn't even set the timer. Perfect. Perfect as always. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that I couldn't have been playing more than half an hour, so... Oh, I like the look of this place. I totally love the look. Anyways, we are now more than halfway done with the game, so... Now, what could this level be called, I wonder? The Spiral. Wonder what this is going to be like. It's ironic because usually throughout the rest of the decade, I suppose, today is supposed to be the last day of February, but there's actually a tomorrow for February once every 4 years, because this year is a leap year. It's so weird. I don't think I ever really noticed leap years before. Huh. This level actually kind of looks like what I was expecting the final level to look like. In fact, I know that it's just a Hell Knight, but... as you can see, it shoots 3 now. It completely obliterated that Mancubus. Holy shit. Holy hell.
Yes, that was our intention.
Still, I have no idea what actually charges that thing, so I think I'll basically still play it safe with the... though, I haven't really played around with this thing yet. I wonder if it gets stronger when you have more weapons, when you have more of the demon items. Nope. It's devastating still, but it burns through your cells far too quickly to be useful, to be worth it. Like, this thing has worse ammo capacity. It basically has worse ammo capacity than the BFG. I have only 7 health left. How are you gonna live with yourself with only 7 health left? Where did you guys come from? Well, that opened up the central tower. That went down. Why did that go down? Wait, was that seriously on a timer? Why the hell is something like this on a timer? You see how big this place is? I know that this game technically doesn't have fall damage, but... oh, that was not smart. Wait, are they random? Okay, I'll take it. Well, it's clear what gun they want me to use here. Might as well investigate here. Alright, I'll take it. I know, there's... That's a thumbnail right there. Got the red key. Thanks for setting me up in that shooting gallery, fellas. Oh yeah, I have the red key now. Okay, I don't get it. Basically, one shell for the first two demons, yet the other one was able to take two. Don't you start going Doom 3 on me. Here, doggy. I got a milk bone for you. Yes, it's very good for your teeth, but not your bowels. That's it? You put me through all this hell just to give me an exit after basically wearing me down? Sometimes there are just levels that exist to drain your health, your armor, and most importantly, your ammo. Oh well, got through that in about 6 minutes. Where are we now? Breakdown? I think that I might have one if I have to keep up the workload that I've been doing lately. Just like I did last semester. But it seems there's a rave going on above me. I wonder. You guys ever realize how much that song kind of resembles the Power Rangers theme? I mean, technically speaking, both the game and the show came out like right around the same time, and Doom did have a bit of a controversy because most of its musical score was actually taken from famous rock songs, so maybe Maybe John Carmack and John Romero and all the others that developed Doom were fans of Ron Wasserman. Okay, there are really creepy sounds going on here. Between the agonized wailing and the laughter. And now we've got Aramaic chanting. I thought I saw something flying up there. Might have just been the tips of the mountains. Just gonna bump that up a bit so that you guys can, like, hear as well. Make sure that you guys hear. Yeah. This is what I'm currently dealing with. You know, it's weird. I was in class today. Basically, I would excuse myself to go to the bathroom, thinking about how much I've been playing these games, and I actually do wonder if these games will actually get to me at some point, to the point where I will literally have some kind of breakdown and become some kind of shriveled up shell of a human being. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Hit the bricks, ugly. What about this? Okay, that one works. You know, basically in class today we had to read an article that basically, like, not a lot of people in class liked because they found the article to be dismissive towards religious people. It's kind of like an anti-theist sort of article. Thing about it is that I found the article to be boring and abrasive myself. Hey, I found another unmaker. Awesome. And I still only have 30 shots. Holy shit, these noises are loud. Well, anyway, the reason why I basically brought up that article, I'm gonna turn it back down because I think you guys get the idea. The reason why I brought up that article is because it made me basically wonder, like, how did atheism become boring to me? Because the reason that I fell off of it, well, there were a lot of reasons, but I don't really go into basically, like, I don't get the same enjoyment out of it that I used to because I find it boring now. But then there are things like this. Like, basically speaking, this is a depiction of hell. A place of torture for the enemies of God, for sinners. But simply put, even according to the lore, there's only one sin that's unforgivable and automatically gets you to go to hell. It's the only sin that matters. Everything else is already forgiven so long as you believe. But disbelief is considered blasphemy, and it automatically gets you sent here. to a place like this. So, all that being said, I don't want this to basically become like a religious commentary channel because I don't want to get embroiled in it. That's part of the reason why I can't really believe anymore, because I don't believe that it's possible for any benevolent god to even find it necessary to create a place like this just to punish the people who had the audacity of not being convinced that he exists. Especially since the entire test of our existence, apparently, is supposed to basically get us to believe that he exists, and yet it's done so in such a rigged way that we can't possibly ever really win without being unbelievably gullible. Why is unbelievable gullibility God's one and only criteria for salvation? And why is the alternative to... Why is basically disbelief saddled with the punishment of agonizing, endless pain and suffering for the rest of eternity? But still, I'm still an atheist, but I don't wear it on my sleeve anymore. Especially because even though I don't believe in the Christian God and mostly don't really subscribe to any religion, I kind of believe in a different form of religion, kind of. It'll be okay. One to the heart, one to the head. The fact that these guys are so mutilated, but they're still alive. Because religion basically didn't stop being what I basically always saw it as. Basically a means for people to basically feel comfortable with, like, how they live, and basically a sort of safety blanket in a lot of ways. And I still feel like to the average citizen, religion still serves that purpose. So who am I to basically, like, question, basically, like, denounce other people if the only reason that they're doing what they're doing is because basically it gives them some semblance that life isn't as miserable as it actually is. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're free to believe whatever you are convinced of believing. Just have a good reason to believe it. But then again, well, you can basically believe in anything. You don't even have to believe in the God of Abraham or basically any other god of any actual religion. It's made me wonder, like, if it could be legitimate that I could basically consider the monsters from the Godzilla series as actual gods. Like, if I could start up the Church of Mothra, maybe I actually would. Not as a cult leader, but I'd definitely try to make money off of it. If I were to start up any kind of religion, it would basically have a very simple, straightforward moral philosophy. The simplest is, don't be a dick. Effectively speaking, like, don't do anything that basically directly or indirectly causes harm to any others, and basically, if ever you're having a bad day and you have, like, reason to be a dick, have patience. Consider basically, just take a few seconds to ponder quietly to oneself about how the bad day you're having could affect those around you, and basically do your best to not force your burden onto others. So, man, I'm speaking philosophical here. Well, I'm literally in hell, the place that's designed to torture God's enemies for having the audacity of not being gullible. This is what the chainsaw was made for. Pinkies in a choke point. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Sweet meat's a card from Pinkies. Who am I to disagree? Just one of these places got me up to full health, and I hate the fact that I spotted that just now. I don't like that thing. It gives me the creeps. Like, it doesn't evoke that kind of warm that safe feeling that the Soul Cube did. Like, the Unmaker is just 100% unpleasant. Maybe that's why John was destined to get it. Jesus, how much longer is this level? I actually thought that once I got the blue key, it was going to be done. Okay. Where's the red door? You know, no offense to the memory of the guys, but I'm really glad that I finally got them to shut up. I mean, all that screaming was really starting to piss me off. I know that makes me sound like a horrible person, but I literally put them out of their misery, so apples and oranges. You know, I just want you Barons to take stock of one simple thing. I used to run from you in fear, basically having to circle strafe around you guys in a huge arena just to take out 2 of you, and now, whenever I see you, it's just a chore to have to pull out my rocket launcher and put 3 into you guys. Oh, God. That poor bastard is still alive. And I can't shoot them. I can't put them out of their misery. Like, I'm sure most of this is like Sergeant Mark adding on, but damn, Midway. This is like some seriously messed up shit you guys have got. When you guys took the concept of hell, you took it very seriously. And yet, here I am in hell, and the only thing that I could think about doing right now is watching a Sandra Bullock movie. That's so friggin' weird. Isn't that weird? I'm literally in hell, basically an alternate dimension that's designed to torture people. And, well, the only thing that I can think about is, well, watching a Sandra Bullock movie. So, why did I basically have to go on to that rant about why, basically, like, the existence of hell is one of the reasons why I really don't believe in God? Well, basically because it's like I basically told you guys, when you get down to it, the people who go to hell don't deserve to go to hell. Like, hell was built up to us, like, as kids, as a place where bad people go. Yeah, except who defines who as the bad people? God does, and the only thing he finds completely unforgivable is blasphemy, disbelief. So, that means even some of the most horrible people in history are in hell. I mean, someone like some of the most evil people in history did not go to hell. Like, Stalin, he probably went to hell because basically, like, in communist Russia, religion was suppressed, but that's really because Stalin and the ruling party just basically kind of replaced themselves in the form of the god. That basically the citizens can't devote 100% of their devotion to the state if they're too busy devoting themselves to a god. So, same thing that Kim Jong-un did, but let me just put it this way. Hitler, the guy that's basically responsible for trying to genocide God's supposedly chosen people, yeah, he goes to heaven because he believed. And yes, I'm going to flat out say it legitimately does not matter what version of Christianity you believe in, because to all those people, all those Christians out there who hate Catholics just because of their arbitrary minor differences of interpretation, yeah, it really doesn't flippin' matter. The only thing that flippin' matters is the fact that Hitler believed that Jesus was the savior. So even though he friggin'... What did Hitler do? Did Hitler put a bullet in his head, or did he take a cyanide pill? I can never remember. Either way, whatever Hitler did to himself bought him a one-way ticket upstairs. So does that seem right to anybody else? The idea that Hitler could possibly go to heaven? Meanwhile, a nice guy like Gandhi, who didn't believe that Jesus was the savior, goes to hell? Yeah, I don't know, Gandhi may be a controversial figure, but I'm pretty sure there's nobody in the world who would agree that Gandhi is some kind of mass-murdering psychopath who deserves to go to hell. I mean, unless those that play that video game, I can't remember what it's called. This was a mistake. Cujo. Here, doggy. Here, boy. Fetch! It's beggin'! Sounds like there's another one. There's my timer. Holy crap, is that the time? When did I start playing this episode? I bet that I'm going to look at the timestamp of this episode and it's going to turn out that I've actually been playing for closer to 2 hours, so I just didn't even realize it. Oh yeah, I've got the yellow key now, so I guess I can leave. Completely forgot that that's what I came here for, but kind of want that plasma gun. I don't necessarily need it, but could always use the ammunition. I mean, probably won't be able to get all the items, and I probably won't be able to get 100% secrets, but looks like I'll have to leave this behind. Now, how do I find my way out of this maze? Okay, that's the wrong way. I thought that was laughing. It turns out it was weeping. And the clanking of chains. We're Marley and Marley, and now it's time to part. To go back where they keep our kind, the wretched and the heartless. The news we shared has got you scared. We're glad that we got through. This looks like the end. That was cheap, game. Bastards. Well, this looks familiar. Why is it that these things always seem to end with me jumping into a pit? Breakdown. I think that level was designed to give me a breakdown because of all the screaming. Okay, so... Uh-oh, we're not alone here. Perfect. Well, that is all the time that we have for this video, but when we come back, we will be starting up with map 21, the Pitfalls. There are 32 levels in this game, so we will only have this... once we're done with this one, we will only have 11 maps left. We'll be counting down the final few episodes of Brutal Doom 64. Yep. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Show, like, and share with your friends. You want to keep up to date with more Doom 64 coming at you in the future, then be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next video. Later.